Welcome to a new video of Algeria's history and culture. Starting with the Kingdom of Numidia, which is the first indigenous kingdom of Algeria, there isn't really any confirmed source in all the books to what the Numidian flag looked like, but there is still Numidian coins and statues preserved in museums, and these coins were probably very much close to what the flag would look like in showing the identity of the kingdom. And Numidians were famous for printing animals on their currency, like horses, elephants, crocodiles, and lions, as well as their own kings. After the coming of Islam by Islamic conquests, the first dynasty founded was the Rustamid one, and there is no historical evidence to what their flag looked like. Only the one you find in Wikipedia, which is two by the way, and they are just an imagination and theory to it. Then ended the Rustamids dynasty with the arrival of the Fatimids from the east, for a few decades of years until the Zirids separated from them and created their Zirid dynasty, which flag could resemble the Fatimid one in green or white, but there is no historical evidence to it. So we got the Kingdom of Numidia, then the arrival of Islam, then was founded the Rustamid dynasty, and after that the Zirid dynasty. Then came the Hammadid dynasty, which was originally a separation from the Zirids, and its flag also wasn't really different from the green one, and its capitals were in modern-day Algeria, which is Misila and Béjaïa. And although there are many traces of this dynasty in our museums and others around the world, its flag is not certain. But some authors in history symbolize it this way: a green flag with a white crescent. Then was founded the Zayanid dynasty and its capital Tlemcen, and it was the last Algerian dynasty in the Abbasid era. Their flag is documented in manuscripts and maps because it was in the period of writing and colored drawings, and its first indications are in the Catalan Atlas maps by Abraham Cresques. And in the beginning it was in the form of a white flag with a blue crescent facing upwards, like it shows in this map, or this one, where you can clearly see the same one but only with a golden yellowish background, but I think this was because of the ink. And it's also drawn beside a Zayanid sultan, which is probably the portrait of Yamoghrasen ibn Ziyan, who was the founder of this dynasty. Then the flag became blue with a white crescent facing to the right, like shown on this map, but it's still more visible in other maps. Then in the 15th century, and in a painting drawn by Spaniards to commemorate their occupation of a town called Oran, we can find Zirids carrying the flag, which is white with three blue crescents. After the Zayanids, and in the beginning of the 16th century, was founded the modern Algerian state by joining the western Algeria up to Oujda and the Moulouia river, and everything that belonged to Tlemcen, and the joining of the east of Algeria and everything that belonged to Béjaïa and Constantine up to Kala and Tibissa, and finally by joining the Sahara and all the tribes of the Tuaregs up to the south of Ain Saleh. They all pledged allegiance to Arouj and Khaireddin and Hassan Pasha after them, and took Algiers as their capital. This was their flag, which consists of a sword with two ends, and above a Quranic verse which translates to victory from Allah and imminent conquest, and give good tidings to the believers. With the names of Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Abu Bakr and Ali and Omar and Uthman, and a star and a khamsa. And if you don't know what a khamsa is, it means 5 fingers. It comes from the word 5, and it's really an amulet that's really popular in the Middle East and North Africa, and it is used to protect from the evil eye. And the color of the flag was green, and also the writing was either white or yellow. Then the flag developed to a red one with a yellow stripe and a red crescent heading towards the mast. And this is documented by some old maps of the capital's port and Algerian ships. Then the military flag appeared, and it really doesn't belong to the state but only to the Algerian Navy. And there is 2 types, a blue one with an arm holding a sword and a red flag with a skull. And this was used when they were in war. And another flag representing times of peace, which were red colored with an Algerian sailor instead of a skull. Then the flag developed further in the late 16th century to a red one with only a yellow stripe. And in the beginning of the 17th century, it was still red with now 2 yellow stripes and 2 other blue ones at the top and bottom of the flag. Then they became green, as we can see here. Then the yellow stripe was replaced with a large green one with a red background and 2 swords below. Then the blue stripes were returned once again. Then it developed to this flag, which is the closest in terms of colors to the modern day one. And it has 6 vertical stripes, green, red, and white. Then finally, the Dey Hussein flag, which was in red and yellow, and it is still used today in the Dey Hussein Football Club. After the fall of Algiers and the French colonization of Algeria, Emir Abdelkader tried to turn Mascar into the new capital under a new flag in green and white. Then, in the beginning of the 20th century, the North African Star, which is a liberation movement, designed this flag as a symbol of the Algerian identity, and it was adopted after the independence as the flag of the Algerian state. It's important to mention that these flags had multiple versions and that there are many other flags like this one, presumably used by Sherif Boubarla and Lala Fatman Sumer, or these ones which represent the regions of Annaba, Constantine, and Bijaya, and also these flags which represent the Zionid kingdom by the Catalan Atlas and Guillaume Soler and Pietro Visconti. I hope this was an addition to your historical knowledge, and see you in another video.